All right, fellow adventurers, let's talk about Egypt. Just saying the word conjures up images of golden sands, towering pharaohs, and of course the pyramids. These colossal structures have stood for millennia, silent witnesses to the rise and fall of empires. They're the ultimate ancient mystery, aren't they? How did they build them? Why did they build them? And what secrets do they still hold, locked away within their massive stone hearts? The pyramids of Giza, especially those three iconic giants, are more than just tombs. They're a testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and perhaps a connection to something far grander than we can even imagine. They practically dare us to uncover their secrets, don't they? For thousands of years, these structures have been the subject of intense speculation. While some theories are wilder than others, the truth is the pyramids continue to surprise us. Even now, in 2025, with all our advanced technology, we're still making discoveries that are rewriting the history books. Recent breakthroughs are shedding new light on these ancient wonders, from how they were constructed to who was actually buried within them. Let's dive in. Imagine this, you're trying to build the biggest, most ambitious structures the world has ever seen. We're talking about millions of tons of stone. How on earth do you move it all? For years, that question has bugged everyone. We knew the Nile was crucial, the lifeblood of Egypt. But the main channel is quite a ways from some of these pyramid sites, especially the Giza Plateau. Then, bam! A game-changing discovery. Researchers, led by the intrepid Dr. Iman Ghonim, recently uncovered something incredible. They found evidence of a dried-up, ancient branch of the River Nile. They've named it the Aramat branch, which literally means pyramids branch. This wasn't just some tiny stream, folks. We're talking about a waterway, possibly as wide as the current Nile, flowing right past an astonishing 38 different pyramid sites. This breakthrough, announced in late 2023, came about thanks to some seriously clever use of radar satellite data. The Aramat branch seems to have snaked its way from Giza all the way down to Fayum. This ancient river highway could be the missing piece of the puzzle, explaining how those massive blocks were transported to the construction sites. It suggests the pyramids weren't just plonked down in the middle of the desert. This lost river could rewrite the early chapters of pyramid construction. So we have this massive, ancient river branch, the Aramat. What does that actually mean for pyramid building? Well, it's like finding the blueprints to a secret highway system. Instead, you can imagine bustling barges laden with stone, gliding smoothly along the water, delivering their precious cargo right to the doorstep of these monumental projects. This discovery suggests that many of the pyramid sites might have had their own valley temples or even ancient ports directly on the banks of the Aramat branch. Think about the sheer scale of an operation like building the Great Pyramid. We're talking about an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. Moving that kind of material by land would have been an almost insurmountable challenge. But with a navigable waterway right there, it changes everything. The river becomes a conveyor belt, a powerful ally to the pharaoh's grand vision. Imagine the treasures, the stories waiting to be unearthed. Now let's shift gears a bit and head back to Giza, home of the most famous pyramids on the planet. Just when you think Giza has given up all its secrets, along comes a claim that could blow everything wide open. Picture this. Not just tombs, not just temples, but a vast, sprawling network hidden deep beneath the very pyramids we thought we knew. An underground city, if you will. Sounds like something straight out of an adventure movie, right? This electrifying announcement came just a few months ago in March 2025. A team of Italian researchers, led by Professor Corrado Malanga from the University of Pisa, dropped a bombshell. They claim to have used satellite radar imagery to look beneath the Khafre pyramid, the second largest pyramid at Giza, and what they say they found is nothing short of astounding. They're talking about massive vertical shafts plunging downwards, intricate spiral staircases, and channels that look like they could have been part of a sophisticated water system. Talk about raising the stakes. Section 5. Echoes of Atlantis, the Hall of Records and Underground Chambers. The idea of a Hall of Records hidden near the Sphinx and the pyramids isn't new. It's a tantalizing legend that's been whispered about for decades, fueled by psychics like Edgar Cayce and pursued by hopeful explorers. So, When Professor Malanga's team suggested their underground discovery could be linked to it, ears definitely perked up around the world. Imagine uncovering not just tunnels, but chambers filled with scrolls, tablets, or artifacts that could rewrite human history. The Italian researchers described structures that go far beyond simple tombs. They spoke of massive vertical shafts that could be access points, spiral staircases hinting at multi-level complexes, and channels resembling pipelines for a water system, suggesting a planned, engineered environment deep underground. This paints a picture of an incredibly sophisticated subterranean world. If such a complex exists, it would mean the ancient Egyptians were capable of engineering feats far beyond what we currently give them credit for, especially at such depths. It's a big if, but an incredibly exciting one. Section 6, Ground Truth versus Satellite Dreams, the Great Giza Debate. Now, before we all pack our bags and head to Egypt with shovels, it's crucial to inject a healthy dose of scientific scrutiny here. As mind-blowing as the idea of an underground city at Giza is, the claims made by Professor Malanga's team have, shall we say, raised a few eyebrows in the archaeological and scientific communities. It's a classic case of extraordinary claims requiring extraordinary evidence, and right now many experts are saying, hold your horses. One of the main points of contention is the technology used. While satellite radar is a fantastic tool for surface and near-surface discoveries like tracing ancient riverbeds, its ability to penetrate solid rock to depths of over 2,000 feet is highly questionable. Radar expert Professor Lawrence Conyers from the University of Denver didn't mince words, calling the claims a huge exaggeration and stating that the satellite radar simply couldn't see that deep. Then you have the titans of Egyptian archaeology, like Dr. Zahi Hawass, a man who knows Giza like the back of his hand. He has publicly dismissed the findings as completely wrong and, crucially, lacking scientific basis. So what we have is a tantalizing possibility floated by one team, met with significant skepticism from others in the field. Until then, the underground city remains a fascinating but unproven hypothesis. Section 7, Nubian Pyramids. A different story unfolds. Let's journey south from Giza down the Nile into ancient Nubia, what is now modern-day Sudan. While the Egyptian pyramids grab most of the headlines, Nubia has its own incredible pyramid tradition. These are smaller, steeper, but no less fascinating, and recent discoveries there are shaking up our understanding of who got to be buried in these monumental tombs. It turns out it might not have been just the rich and famous. A Dutch-American research team has been excavating at a site called Tombos, which was once an Egyptian colonial outpost in Nubia. They've been looking at pyramid burials dating from around 1400 to 650 BC. What they found at the base of one of these pyramids is truly remarkable. They unearthed skeletons that tell a surprising story. A story of inclusivity that challenges the long-held belief that pyramids were exclusively for royalty, nobility, and the super wealthy. The researchers found individuals who showed clear signs of hard manual labor etched into their skeletons. This discovery is a big deal. Section 8. Beyond royalty pyramids for the people in Nubia. So what does it mean to find laborers buried near a Nubian pyramid alongside individuals who clearly didn't engage in such strenuous work? Sarah Schrader from Leiden University, one of the researchers on the Tombos project, put it perfectly. She said this discovery could shake up existing knowledge about pyramid burials. This doesn't necessarily mean that just anyone could get a pyramid plot. The pyramids themselves were still likely designed for the elites, the top dogs of society. However, the presence of lower-class individuals buried in the vicinity, perhaps even within the broader pyramid complex, suggests a more integrated community, even in death. Could it be that these workers were honored for their contribution to building the tomb or the community? Or perhaps they were family members or retainers of the elite individual the pyramid was primarily built for. Whatever the reason, their inclusion paints a richer, more nuanced picture of Nubian society during this period. It moves beyond a simple narrative of kings and nobles and starts to include the stories of the people who made that society function. Section 9. The adventure never ends, piecing together Egypt's past. So what do all these incredible discoveries, the Lost Nile branch, the whispers of underground cities at Giza, the inclusive burials in Nubia, tell us? They tell us that the story of ancient Egypt is far from finished. It's a living, breathing narrative that continues to unfold with each new excavation, each satellite image, each careful analysis of a tiny bone fragment. These findings are profoundly significant. The Aramat branch doesn't just explain logistics. It recontextualizes the very placement of the pyramids, linking them intimately to the life-giving river. The Giza underground claims, while still debated, ignite our imagination about what else might lie hidden, and the Nubian discoveries. They democratize the pyramid story, bringing in the common people and enriching our understanding of ancient social structures. The quest to understand ancient Egypt is a testament to our enduring curiosity. Keep exploring.